Well, hello, good morning, and welcome to our gentle flow for today. Let's begin just by rolling out the mat and finding that space that you know that your body and your mind can tune in and can start making that transition from your world and all that excitement of the holidays, whether that is good or bad excitement, who knows? But just take that and set it aside and just start making your transition from that space to this space, right here, right now, for this practice. And I think we're going to stay seated for this one today. So just taking your time, and finding your sitting bones and the sides of the legs. And as you breathe out, just notice how the weight of the body releases to the ground underneath. If you need to keep your back supported, you can choose a place that allows that to happen. Just make sure that, whichever is your sitting arrangement, you manage to maintain the length through your spine. Which will actually make space for room and space in your rib cage. So, in effect, a proper breathing. So, one of the main reasons we're asking for the back to stay straight is for that breathing capacity. That when you're slouching or collapsing a bit, you're restricting the movement of the rib cage, the movement of the abdominal area, the abdominal muscles. So the breathing is compromised. So just finding that upright space. Find your sitting bones. Check with the side of the legs. And whether you're sitting cross-legged or if you have one leg extended, it's fine. Just make sure that you're considering yourself balanced at this moment. Think of your pelvis, just gently balancing there. So checking your weight on the right and left side, on the front and back. Think of your spine lengthening. And that's really a thought. It's not so much of an action. That sense of your whole back gaining its full length. And just think of your head balancing gently right on the top of your spine. Making sure you're allowing space on the back of the neck. And then just think of your shoulders just gently releasing, resting And think of the chest softening and resting with every exhale. And the arms heavy and relaxed. Just resting on your legs. And just taking a moment, taking a few deep breaths here, and just observing that flow of the breath, staying where you are. Tuning in with that flow of the breath, coming in and moving out. With every out breath, you're allowing the system to release. And with the inhale, you're finding space within the body. Inhale. And on the exhale, just letting your head drop, chin coming all the way down towards the chest. And let's start gently rolling the head from side to side. Inhale one way, exhale to the other. Inhale one way, exhale to the other. Inhale one way, exhale to the other. And the next time that we're going to roll to the right, just stay to the right. Allowing all that space on the left side of the neck and shoulder to widen. Breathing in. On the exhale, you release, letting the head roll over to the left. Breathing in. On the exhale, letting your head come all the way back to center. Nice. Hands on your knees. And on the inhale, we're going to start unfolding, letting the eyes turn to look up. And on the exhale, let it shift back. Inhale, opening, looking up. Exhale, shifting back. Just a few more of those. Inhale, opening. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. And exhale, back. Nice. And just come and finding center. Inhale, arms rising all the way up. Grabbing your right wrist. Good. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, just start tilting over to the left. But it's not like so much of a bending, but like try to keep the whole torso like the hand of a clock. So it's extending in a diagonal. And you try to keep that right sitting bone down as you tilt to the left. Nice. Holding 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale. Now on the exhale, left hand coming down and go for your side bend. Left shoulder releases, left elbow bends, and your right arm extends out and away. Good for 3. And 2, make sure you're breathing softly here. Feel that expansion in the side of the rib cage. And 1, inhale. Now on your exhale, let's bring that right hand all the way over to the left side, getting into a twist. And you want to get that twist in a vertical position. So think of your spine staying vertical to the ground and eyes turn to look over your left shoulder. Breathe it in. On the exhale, release, coming all the way to center, walking your hands to the front as far down as it goes. It's okay. Letting your head heavy, arms heavy, just staying there. For 3. And 2. And 1. Nice deep breath. On the exhale, slowly start rolling up again. Nice. And once you reach, just go ahead and swap the legs around. Nice. Again, hands on your knees, and let's go same thing pretty much on the other side. So inhale, opening, chest, shoulders, eyes. Exhale, shifting back. Inhale, opening. Exhale, shifting back. And 1 more of those. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Last one, opening. And exhale, back. Good. Just go ahead and find your center. Inhale, arms rising up. We're going to grab that left wrist. Inhale, lengthen, find your center. And on the exhale, just that tilt. You want to really think that the whole left side just opens up. Nice, lengthens in that diagonal for 3. And 2. And 1, breathe it in. On the exhale, right hand down. Good. And you just let that right shoulder relaxed, right elbow relaxed. And letting the left arm reach out and away. Breathing softly for 3. And 2. And 1, breathing in. On the exhale, bring both hands over to the right. And try to think of the whole spine staying vertical, which will help you twist a bit deeper, a bit further. Eyes turning to look over that right shoulder. Both sitting bones staying connected to the ground. Inhale. And on the exhale, release, coming all the way back to center. Hands coming down and stay there. Letting the arms heavy, the head heavy, the elbows relaxed. It doesn't matter how low that goes as long as it's heavy. The heavier it is, the deeper your stretch. For 3. And 2. And 1, breathing in. And on the exhale, just start rolling up. Vertebra by vertebra. Nice. All the way back to center. Good. And let's carry on with some breathing exercises just to clear out the whole nasal area. And yeah. So for the next mini sequence, you're going to need probably a tissue to wipe out your nose. So whether you have it around or if you need a moment to go grab a couple of tissues, and we can begin. So just start first by clearing out your nose. I'm just going to mute me for you. So go ahead and clear. Lovely. And once that's done, we're going to start with the um, breath of fire. So that's a sequence of repetitive exhales through the nose, enhanced by the power of the diaphragm and the abdominal muscles. So the idea is that we take a deep breath and then we take 10, 20 or more, and we'll figure that out as we go, of sharp out breaths through the nose. Just to point out here that it's not like you're not emptying out your whole tank. Like it's not that one deep breath that you're emptying out in 10 or 20 intervals. In between those short out breaths, you sniff air in. So there is a very quick intake of breath. So it goes like so in the in between, you have short input of air coming in through the nose. So you're not just breathing out. There is that short intake of air coming in. I'm going to demonstrate for 5 breaths and then we can do it properly. So we're breathing in deeply and breathing out completely. And then we're taking our deep breath and going for 10 short out breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so that's a cycle, and it's on us to choose how many out breaths. We can do 10 out breaths, we can do 20 out breaths, and as we go and we become more experienced, we go for more out breaths. Also, the pace of the breath of the breathings can be faster or slower, and that's fully on you. So if you're happy to do it faster, the abdominal muscles work faster and work more, so you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, you can keep a slower pace, and that's perfectly okay. So just remember, we need sharp out breaths and a tiny amount of air coming in after each out breath. So, and also whenever you need, you can clean your nose, just keep your tissues handy. And we're going to go for 5 rounds of 10 out breaths for now. So our last one, after each 10 pack, let's say, there is a deep breath and a full out breath to rebalance the system. Okay. I know too many information. We can start practicing it, which makes it much easier. So taking a deep breath and breathing out completely. Deep breath in, and let's go 10. Breathing in, breathing out, clearing the nose if need to. Breathing in, and another 10. Breathing in, breathing out completely, clearing out. Breathing in, and another 10. Breathing in, breathing out completely, clearing out. Breathing in, 10 out. Breathing in, breathing out completely, clearing out. Last one, breathing in, 10 out. Breathing in, Breathing out, clearing out. Nice. And we can try a last one, this time 20, and go as far as you feel okay. Breathing in and 20. Breathing in, breathing out. Very nice. Hopefully by now the airways feels a bit clearer. It did the trick for me. Hope it worked for you too. So now we can move on to the alternate breathing. So I'm not going to mirror that. So for the alternate breathing, we're just going to follow the pattern. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, and hold. So breaking the breath down in 4 sections. And for each part, we're going to use a different nostril. So let's start again, breathing in deeply, breathing out completely. Placing your thumb on your right nostril, index and middle fingers can stay either on your forehead or just tuck them in so you can, yeah, so they're not in the way. And then with your ring finger, probably, you're going to block your left nostril. So, right thumb on your right nostril, and we're going to start breathing in through the left. So, breathing in, we're going to block both nostrils. Breathing out from the right nostril. And we're going to hold. Now breathing in from the right. And hold. Breathing out from the left. And hold. Breathing in from the left. And hold. Breathing out from the right. And hold. Breathing in from the right. And hold. Breathing out from the left. And hold. Breathing in from the left. And hold. Breathing out from the right. And hold. Breathing in from the right. And hold. Breathing out from the left. And hold. Let's go for a last round. Breathing in from the left. And hold. Out from the right. And hold. Breathing in from the right. And hold. Breathing out from the left. And hold. Nice. Releasing your hands, clearing out your nose, and taking a couple of breaths here gently. Nice. Good. So from here, inhale, arms rising up. On the exhale, let it twist to the right. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, returning back to center. Inhale, arms rising up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, letting your head release, arms go around your back, interlacing fingers. Inhale, the back extend, the arms extend behind your back. Exhale, releasing the arms. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, center. Inhale, up. Exhale, left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, center. Inhale, up. Exhale, head drops, arms behind your back. Inhale, extending the arms. Exhale, release. Nice. So let's go for a couple of shoulder rolls here to release and unlock that area for 3. And 2. Nice. And 1. And the other way. Round 3. Good. And 2. And 1. Perfect. Nice. And then just fingers a bit and wrists a bit. Just wiggling the fingers, rolling around your wrists. Good. And just let's go for that climb. 5. Good. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Perfect. And just give it a shake and roll over. Coming all the way to your table. Good. Spreading the fingers wide. Pelvis staying on top of your knees. And let's go for our cat-cows. So inhale, letting the pelvis drop, eyes turning to look out. On the exhale, let everything draw back. Inhale, opening. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. And our last one. Exhale, back. Nice, finding your center. And now we're going to extend the right leg to the back. Good, toe stacked under. And left arm extending to the front. Great. Once you feel ready, you can lift the right leg off the ground. Good. And from here, gradually, we're going to start going for the tiger. So inhale, extending both arm and leg. On the exhale, we're bending, elbow bending, knee, bring it in. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, tucking in. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. 3 to go. Inhale, open. Exhale, in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Last one, opens. And exhale, in. Nice. Last big extend and hold for 3. And 2. Very nice. And 1, inhale. On the exhale, we're letting it release both knees down. Come and sit back onto your heels, letting your head drop heavy and stay. Feel the back opening. 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, and on the exhale, come back again to the table pose. Nice. From there, left leg will extend to the back. The right arm will extend to the front. Just taking a moment, finding your balance here, and eventually letting that left leg lift. Nice, and holding it. Think that you're a rubber band, that you've been pulled away both from the right arm and the left leg. Reach and open for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale. On the exhale, bring it in, elbow and knee. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. Inhale, reach. Exhale to you. 3 to go. Exhale, back. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. Last one, reach. Exhale to you, nice. And on the next inhale, extend and stay for 3. Keep reaching out, 2 and 1. Inhale. On the exhale, bring it all the way down. Coming back to your child's pose. Give it a rest. Breathing in. And on the exhale, just start rolling up. Coming back onto your heels. And let's bring it over to the knees. Hands behind your back. Nice. And from there, inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, finding center. Inhale, back. Exhale, 2. Inhale, back. Exhale, 3. Inhale, back. Exhale, 4. Inhale, back. Exhale, 5. Inhale, back. Exhale, 6. Inhale, back. Exhale, 7. Inhale, back. Exhale, 8. Inhale, back. Exhale, 9. And our last one. Exhale, 10. And just going to bring it back. Nice. All the way to the child's pose, hands close to your feet. And stay. For 3. And 2 deep breaths, reaching all the way back to the lower back. And 1, breathe it in. And on the exhale, just start bringing it back, unfolding, coming all the way up. And bring it all the way onto your knees. And from there, right foot stepping forwards. Nice. Left hand coming down, tucking the toes of the left foot. And just go ahead and extend the left leg, right arm reaching up. Nice. And from there, inhale and exhale. Good. And now we're going to try using that right arm and the movement and the motion of that right arm, we're going to create some extra motion from this. So on the inhale, we're going to sort of let the arm drop like it's not dropping from the front, it's going to drop from the back, and that is going to create a momentum to help you lift yourself all the way up and the arms reaching up. So showing it again, as your arm reaches up, you're going to swing it downwards towards the leg and help yourself come all the way up to sitting, to standing. Inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to bring it all the way back down. So inhale, you give it a swing and you bring it up. Exhale, you let it drop back down. Inhale, right arm guides you up. Exhale, releasing down. 3 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, up. Exhale, drop. Last one, up. Good. And exhale, drop. Perfect. For 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. And now let's be a bit playful. It's Christmas after all. So from here, we're going to try sort of walking that right foot towards the back and eventually landing on a side plank with your right arm extending towards the ceiling. Holding there for 3. And 2. And 1. Perfect. Inhale. On the exhale, both hands down. Inhale. On the exhale, bending the knees, coming all the way back to the child's pose. Well done. Take a couple of breaths. Good. Let's carry on. For 3. Inhale. On the exhale, let's start rolling up again. Nice. And coming up onto the knees. Perfect. Layers out, like it. And come and bring that left foot to the front. Good. Placing the right hand down. Lovely. And then tucking the toes of the right foot and extending the right leg. You're on a fully balanced place and position right now. So you've got that left foot, toes of the right foot, your right hand. It's a perfect tripod. And from there, you can open up that left arm, let it reach up. Good. Opening across the chest, creating that necessary space. And again, we're going to use that backward rotation of the arm to help the body come all the way up to standing. So from there, just breathing in and out softly. And with an inhale, let it drop and lift. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale down. And up. And drop. And up. And drop. 2 more. Inhale up. And drop. Last one up. And drop. Perfect. And from there, you can transition to that side plank over to your right, letting the left leg reach all the way back. Nice. If that's too much, you can always keep that left foot crossed over. Yeah. Holding 3. And 2. And 1. Inhale. And on the exhale, just both hands down, breathing in. On the exhale, you can bend the elbows and bring it all the way down slowly. Untuck the toes. Hands staying under your shoulders. And we're going to open to a gentle cobra. So Inhale, shoulders rolling out. Exhale, back and down. Holding it. Make sure that your back, your lower back, doesn't feel pressure. It should feel somehow spacious. Somehow. Not literally. But a feeling of spacious, a feeling that there is more space here to move if you'd wanted to. For 3. And 2. And 1, breathing in. On the exhale, letting it release. Tucking your toes under. Bring it back to your child's pose. Let the back rest. Nice. For 3. And 2. And 1. Inhale. And on the exhale, come and bring it all the way over to your table. Nice. Maybe let's go for 5 cat-cows to soothe it out. So from there, inhale, opening, looking up. Exhale, shifting back. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. Exhale, 3. Inhale, open. Exhale, 4. And a last one. Exhale, 5. Going, finding center, tucking your toes under, knees up, and just start sending your pelvis back and up to a semi-downward dog, knees bent. For 3. And 2. And 1. Looking forward, start walking towards your hands. Forward fold. You can keep your knees as bent as needed. Just make sure your head is heavy. Arms heavy, shoulders heavy. Very good. Checking in with the way that your foot meets the ground. So, yeah, make sure your full tripod is connected. Breathing in. And on the exhale, we're just going to bend the knees and slowly start rolling up, vertebra by vertebra, all the way up to standing, nice and slow. Nice. And just finding your center here. Very good. Finding your feet, finding your back. Perfect. And from there, just start shifting the weight towards the right. And start lifting that left knee. Good. Left arm comes from the inside and your left hand will wrap around your left knee. Eventually, once that's hooked, you allow the weight of the leg to release into the hand, which creates a nice tensegrity, which helps you find the balance by holding the weight of the leg. So the very weight of the leg works as your rebalancing tool. If you hold your leg back, it will be harder for you to balance. The moment you let the leg release, it will sort of hold the system together, your own weight will hold it together. Nice. And letting that right arm open to the side, letting the left knee open to the left side. Nice. Holding 3. And 2. And 1. Bringing that left leg right to the front again. Nice. Now we're going to leave it. Let it stay on its own. Left arm opens to the side, flexing that left foot. Give it a kick. For 3. Nice. 2. And 1. Inhale. Exhale. Release to the squat. Nice. Elbows coming from the inside of your knees. Allow it to go deep. Let the feet spread so your heels can drop lower. And really let the pelvis here just... You need that sinking moment for it to work. For 3. And 2. And 1. Gently shifting forwards. Hands on the floor. And we're going to extend the legs. Feet parallel. Legs extended. Forward fold here. Nice. And your feet are open across the width of the mat, probably. So hold it there for 3. And 2. And 1. Breathing in. On the exhale, start closing the legs together. Heels to toes, heels to toes, heels to toes. Perfect. And then just bending the knees. And start rolling up very slowly. Your head will come up last at the very, very end. So from there, start shifting the weight over to the left. And then start taking that right knee up. Good. Once it's in a desired height, we're going to open the left arm to the side. And we're going to take the right arm from the inside and let it hook around that right knee. You can always sort of open the thumb to hold it a bit better. You find which hook works for you. Nice. Again, the same idea with the weight releasing into your hand. The only reason that won't happen is if you cannot bring the knee high enough so you cannot wrap the arm well enough around the leg so it doesn't feel steady if the wrapping cannot be achieved. In that case, you could possibly try bringing the arm around the front, or you could try like something like a blanket or shirt where you can wrap it around the leg and still sort of let it hang there, but you holding it from a bit further out. Try. Nice. And from there, we're just opening the leg to the right. Nice for 3. And 2. And 1, and back to the center. Nice. And from here, we're going to let it on its own. Let the right arm extend to the right. Flex the right foot. Start kicking that right leg. Nice for 3. And 2. And 1. Inhale. On the exhale, release and squat. Letting your head heavy, arms heavy. Holding 3. And 2. And 1. And here we're going to place the other hands a bit further forwards, shifting the weight towards the hands so we can walk the feet back to the plank. Nice. Inhale, and on the exhale, let the pelvis drop, coming to a variation of the cobra. Just wanting that opening around the hip joints. And from there, you can start maybe swinging the weight from the right to the left. So you're letting the pelvis rotate from the right to the left. Nice. So you're using your hands, but you're also mobilizing the pelvis here. And it can be lower. You can work lower too. Nice. And a last one from here, bending the right knee. Good. And from there, opening the right side of the pelvis, we're going to step the right foot behind us. In a way, turning over to the side, leaning on the left side of the pelvis. It's just the right knee trying to open to point towards the ceiling, and that feels probably quite nice and open around the right hip joint that we worked quite a lot, the hip joints there. So, holding it for 3. Make sure you're not collapsing like I do, but just pushing the body and the torso out and up for 3. And 2. And 1, and letting it release, coming all the way back to center and over to the other side. So if you need to shift onto your mat, go for it. From there, bending that left knee and start guiding that left foot behind you, opening the left side of the pelvis, effectively leaning on your right side, right leg, right hip, and right forearm. And just make sure that you're not collapsing into your right shoulder, but you're just pushing away, creating space between the right side of your rib cage and the ground. Hold there for 3. Nice. And 2. And 1. Good. And bring it all the way back to the center. Tucking the toes under. Coming all the way back to your downward dog. Nice. Any variation of the dog, just work it for now. Legs extending, heels dropping, head heavy, shoulders releasing, hands pushing you out and away. For 3. And 2. And 1, looking forward, start walking towards your hands. And the exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, the back opens parallel. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, coming up, arms from the sides or center. Exhale, hands to chest. Nice. And last one, inhale, arms rising up. Exhale, down, forward fold. Inhale, back opens parallel. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, coming up, arms opening, reaching up. Exhale, hands to chest. Nice. Well done. Take it all the way down now for the last couple of minutes and our relaxation. Making space for the whole body to stay relaxed. Putting on your shirts, your socks, your layers, making sure you're warm and cozy. And then just finding the back or your sitting bones, whichever way you're choosing to be. And just finding that center. Allowing your back to stay on the floor or your sitting bones on the ground. And just letting the body rest for a moment. Nothing to do, nowhere else to be. And just really tuning in to the rhythm of the breath. Finding that softness. The spaciousness. And feeling the body energized, connected. And from there, gradually, you can start waking up the body. Moving fingers, toes, hands and feet. Stretching arms and stretching legs. Reaching, opening, twisting. And just expanding. Opening from side to side. And just gently rolling over to one side and up to sitting. Good. Finding the sitting bones, finding your back, letting the shoulders release, letting the spine lengthen, and just breathing out. Inhale, letting the arms rise all the way up. And exhale, finding center, finding balance, finding peace, finding space within. And thank you very, very much for joining. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.